tight.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ross Patterson Revolution! Brought to you by BlackRifleCoffee.com. Hello, Jobless. How are you doing today?
I'm good.
Are you?
Yes.
That seemed delayed from you.
Well, it feels weird to talk in your close-up, if you will.
Well.
In your backswing. You know?
Those of you who are watching at home, we have a video show that's on iTunes and one on YouTube. Trying to build up the YouTube following.
I just assume that everyone wants to see
they do.
our ridiculousness. But
you know what's funny?
You're right.
The iTunes show crushes. Video show. We're trying to start a YouTube page. We're trying to gather followers and whatnot. So if you'd like to see our lovely faces and half of our bodies, please go to YouTube and subscribe to Ross Patterson Revolution.
We use the term lovely loosely.
Ooh, like our skin.
Whoa, yeah.
Loose skin.
Oh, hang on.
Loose skin sink ships. No, I'm kidding. I feel like I've got some loose skin after this weekend. Oof, boy.
Oh.
Man, I don't know how this happened, but I've been to Philadelphia 3 times this year.
I know, and I love Philadelphia, and I have not been.
I'm starting to. And
I really like it.
Obviously, I grew up there as a child, spent every summer in LBI. Therefore, every single flight was into Philly.
Got it.
So we usually stood, because it was about a 2.5 hour drive. And for a kid, you get off the plane and, you got to go to the bathroom. I want some food or whatever. So you hang out, near the Philly area, get some food. Been to a bunch of Phillies games growing up.
Okay.
And then the old stadium that the Eagles used to play in, which I think was the Vet. I think it was for both. Either way, it was a shithole. And the fans were dangerous. The city was dangerous.
Yeah.
It is totally different now. Philadelphia, it reminds me a lot of New York, to be honest with you.
Yeah, maybe I just saw those parts because when I went, it was like the old cobblestone, the downtown, so I didn't venture into the gnarliness. So I love it.
But now every time I'm there, I you've got to get the food because the food in Philadelphia is fantastic. Obviously, the cheesesteaks, different level, different planet. They put a Geno's inside the airport too, and the fat kid in me, as I was boarding the plane, was just like, should I just get one to take on the plane?
I love that it's you've never been a fat kid, but it's like
I was a fat kid in 7th grade
for 1 second. Don't come at me okay, because somebody here was really a fat kid. So I love that you say that because it sounds like you just have a small fat kid living inside of you.
Probably do.
Because the fat kid in me means I used to be a fat kid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you weren't.
I was for I think about 1.5 years, 2 years, somewhere in there. 7th grade, 8th grade. Yeah.
We really feel for you, buddy.
Anywho's
the fat kid that lives inside of you. I didn't want to open up
a full cheesesteak on a flight because when you open up a cheesesteak, it stinks up the whole place. No matter where you are, and it's just like, oh, you're definitely eating a cheesesteak. It is so distinct, that scent, that if I open that up on the plane and just devoured a cheesesteak, people would be like, oh God. And then they get to smell the cheesesteak the rest of the flight.
Oh, right.
So I went against it. Better judgment took over, and I said, I'm not going to do that.
That's nice of you.
Not going to do that. But while I was there the night before, I had a cheesesteak at the tailgates. Because we were there, I was there doing a live show outside of Lincoln Financial Field for the Army-Navy game. Mm-hmm. And the tailgating was beforehand. I featured some of the best cheesesteaks in the world. Some of them brought some in from New Jersey, so there was a taste test against those two.
I love a good cook-off.
One of the sponsors for the event was that Philadelphia pretzel, those soft pretzels.
Shut up.
Yes. So they brought over an entire box to our podcast, and no lie, I think there was 300 soft pretzels in there. We were giving them out to the crowd during the show. and they had pockets of cheese with them.
Pockets?
Yeah, those little pockets. They look like they're little cups, but it's just like a little pocket cup where you're like, oh. I could put that in my pocket. It's a little pocket cheese. I like that. I mean, they knew their game. And then they were also giving away free mustard. That was apparently like part of the restaurant chain that everybody has to have this famous mustard. All of it lives up to the hype, obviously.
Okay.
And I'm stretched out after that.
Yeah.
After that eating extravaganza.
And then when it goes down, the skin gets loose. I
Yeah.
see what you're saying.
Yep.
what you're saying.
Even D'Anthony and I, after the game, because it was freezing, and when you're going that hard all morning, party-wise, because the tailgating starts at real early.
It's easier in the cold.
To eat and drink?
Well, I can day drink. I can't day drink anymore, but I can kind of start earlier if it's freezing cold.
Right.
Somehow it like keeps you kind of alert.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
no, I get that because it's so cold. You don't really feel anything going down. It's one of those, because I'll get into how amazing the game was in a second, but after the game, it's one of those things where it was just like, I was exhausted after the game, so I went to the closest cheesesteak house I could find. That's not a real term, but it should be. And I want to say, I forget the name of it, but I want to say that I had one of the most delightful sandwiches ever. Here's what it was, because I went in there. They had pizza, like really great pizza. Oh
my gosh.
Yeah, and I was just like, come on. I mean, thin slices. Like we're talking like New York pizza in Philadelphia. Like you're close enough at that point.
Totally, you're rivals.
But then I took a little peek seat in the menu. Something jumped out at me that I'd never seen before. It was a cheesesteak with an Italian sub. So it was mixed. And I was like, hey, I called the lady over. I said, hey, whoa, never seen anything like this before. How good is this? And she was like, this is our fucking best sandwich on the menu, And I was just like, classic, like Philly. And you're like, oh, awesome. I was like, D'Anthony, you want to split this with me? And he's like, yeah, it was out of this world.
You were ready to, you were getting your affairs in order.
That's it. I was getting everything
You were like,
buttoned up.
If I die after this, I'm good.
I was here. That's why I paid with credit card, because I wanted to let people know, hey, that's where I died, and that's what caused the heart attack. It was phenomenal. And then it was good night, Irene, after that. Because you go hard all day long like that in the cold and all that stuff. Like you were saying, you don't really notice. And then you get out of there and you finally get into someplace warm.
And you're like, it all hits you.
It all hits you once. And you're like, boom, I'm exhausted. I can't go out any further than tonight. And that was it for me. To the Drinkin' Bros PA chapter, thank you for having us. I'd heard the hype of the Army-Navy game for a while. And a lot of people said it was one of the greatest rivalries in sports, and they put it up there with Ohio State, Michigan, football-wise, and all that stuff, UNC Duke and basketball. And I was like, man, how close is that? Is that real? I got into that game, and I'm going to be honest with you. That was a definite 100% bucket list item, and it was one of the greatest sporting events I had ever been to. That crowd for Army and Navy, because you have all the cadets and the kids that are all dressed up, and it is electric, and it is sold out in there, and every single play they are living and dying on that play, and you can feel the hatred of how bad they want to win and beat each other. And it was great.
It's like lifelong. It's in your blood.
Totally. And it's like Ohio State, Michigan, but I mean, to another level where it was just like, man, you could tell these kids had off for the day or whatever it was. And it was just, again, living and dying on every play. And the crazy part about it to me is with Ohio State, Michigan, you're dealing with playoff implication and ranked teams and all that stuff. Army was either barely ranked or not ranked, and Navy has a horrible football team. They were like 3-12. Didn't matter. It didn't matter, and both teams thought they had a chance to win, and it came down to the end. Nice. Came down to one of the last series of the games, and man, it was a fucking blast. The president was there.
Oh, DJ-T, dude.
Oh, yeah. DJ-T was there.
DJ-T on the ones and twos.
Teflon Don Playboy. And General Mattis was there. I mean, it was awesome across the board.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is this. So the game starts at 3. They told us to walk in earlier because there was so much Secret Service, which is true. I mean, those lines, like I understand now why President Trump, he had made a comment when he first got elected about going to sporting events. And he goes, I'm just not, because it ruins it for the fans. I didn't really understand what he meant until you go to that. I mean, they tell you like, hey, get ready like an hour and a half in advance. You're going to be fully searched.
Oh, shit.
The dogs are going to be there. It's going to take forever. And I was just like, man, you look up there and you're like, this is real. I saw somebody abandon a flask that was like homemade.
Oh no!
To Daniel, love your grandfather.
Oh, no.
Your dad
Your
had this. Your grandfather's flask, and it was just abandoned, like next to the thing because there was, nothing you could do with it going through the metal detectors, and that type of security delays you from getting inside the stadium. I had heeded the warning and we had gotten in there in time and all that stuff. But what I didn't know was like Trump, and I guess this is a thing, like part of their tradition or whatever. You can see Air Force One fly over the stadium like a half hour before. So at 2:30, I saw Air Force One fly over the stadium, and you were like, oh, shit. And everybody stops, and you look up, and you're like, oh, fuck, it's the president. It's the president.
Right.
And then he takes a motorcade in, and bingo, bango, Dodge Durango. He's in there, and then he comes out and does the coin toss.
Oh, okay. For
the game to start and all that stuff. And just the tradition of all of it, seeing the generations of men and women in service, like all together at once, taking their kids, like, that was one of the greatest sporting events I've ever been to in my life. You know me. I've been to everything at this point. Mm-hmm. That for sure. Like, hopefully that will become a tradition and they will ask us back every single year to do that because it was amazing. 9 Line put on an amazing event. It was podcast-wise, it was us, Barstool Sports, and even the president of Barstool was there. I mean, every 6 hour, like every single company was there and represented, and everybody was polite, and we just had a fucking great time all the way around. I cannot recommend going to the Army-Navy game enough. That is a once-in-a-lifetime type of opportunity, and if you get to go, please do so and add that to your bucket list because it was awesome to see in person. And what they said was it's going to be in Philadelphia for the next, I think 3 years, and then in 2021 they're actually going to do it in New York on, because that'll be the anniversary of 9/11.
Okay.
So it'll be like the 20th anniversary of 9/11 in New York. Yeah. Well, I mean, look, it's going to be in Philly for the next 2 years, so they did it right. And that stadium again is incredible. Lincoln Financial Field is great, and the tailgate and everything is set up the way you want it set up for a sporting event. So they go hard there, and I really want to give 9 Line a shout out and Stateside Vodka and Freaker USA for everything because we had the time of our lives.
We did a live show that's on Drinking Bros. I'm sure you're going to talk about it on Drinking Bros Sports.
Yep, and that'll air today.
Yeah.
So if you're if you're out there listening and want to go back and listen to it because things got out of control. That guy who took a Jello shot to the anus was.
Yeah.
That was something I've never seen before.
Yeah.
In real life.
A lot of fun.
Yeah.
Just good times.
Because the guy said, hey, I'll take a Jello shot to the anus. And the other guy was in the medical profession. And he was like, well, I have rubber gloves on me, so you're not backing down from this.
Yeah.
And he put the rubber gloves on, and that happened.
Yep.
You're welcome.
So I'm so glad you were able to go to that, and I just could not make it. Tried my hardest, but
people miss you. There was a lot of where the Jables at. Where's the Jables at?
Say that all the time, and then where are you?
There is. I know. Well, yeah.
I'll be coming.
You're just getting back into the rhythm of the nights.
Yeah. Oh, me? What did I do? I watched. Is that what you asked?
Yeah.
What did I do besides watching videos of kids? Like, military surprising their kids.
Yeah.
I could just watch those all day.
All day
but
long,
anyway.
yeah.
And I do.
Yeah.
But I got into, just for a second, just to screen it to make sure that you would also be into it, Escape at Dannemora. Wait,
you watched it already?
I watched one.
Oh, God.
I watched one.
You got to save these for me. You gave me a phone call and you were like, hey, I think there's this series we should start watching.
Yeah.
Never said you watched one.
I needed to screen it to make sure it was good.
Okay.
I've done that with many things. And then I'll be like, hey, we should watch this. Like, it's something that you would like.
Well, now I'm going to have to go back and watch the first episode.
I'll watch the first one
Okay.
with you. I kind of it was like the baby was screaming. I didn't really see it. I was kind of like scanning through.
Sure.
But I knew from that much that I was in and wanted to like go on the journey of Escape at Dannemora with Daddy Royale. Benicio del
Rimmers
Toro.
for Benicio. Hashtag Rimmers for Benicio.
Daddy Royale.
Yeah.
Daddy Rimmer.
What is it? Is it Netflix?
I'm so in Showtime. So I had to
really
buy Showtime for the run of the show.
Gotcha.
Sorry. Yeah. Had to be done.
Yeah, it's weird.
I'm done with HBO right now. There's just like, camping. Lena Dunham's camping.
I know.
Other than that, what the fuck else?
Pod Saves America. They got to switch it up, man. They've got to have more variety.
Yeah.
Look, losing Dish certainly didn't help. They still haven't resolved that fucking deal.
No.
So I don't know what's going to happen with them. They need more cool fucking shows. Danny McBride's show doesn't start till next year.
And that's HBO. Okay, yeah.
It is, yeah.
The whole thing with it is like Patricia Arquette, unrecognizable. She's playing a 55-year-old woman, you know?
Patricia Arquette. She's the blonde?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
She's 50. She's a white lady.
Yeah.
So all she had to do was not put on any makeup. And she's a 60-year-old. Unrecognizable. You know what I mean? It's like she has there's no prosthetic. There's no nothing. It's literally just.
Yep. Just you're not wearing makeup.
You're not wearing makeup as a 50-year-old blonde white lady, as I've said.
You're so brave.
You're so brave. And it was like, we aged her to 55.
No, you didn't.
You aged her to 60 because she's a white lady. And I mean, boom. It was like a transformation. Yeah. Anyway, but she's so good.
Is she really?
She's
so weird.
Good.
She's one of those people that's at the bottom of my Twitter feed. So I see all her bullshit tweets. Yeah.
Sorry.
About hatred for the president all day long.
I can definitely separate, though. So can you, right?
Yeah. I
can separate her shit from...
It's getting to the point where you're just like, God damn it. And I can't stop. Because I've got that fucking blue check mark. It is constant, nonstop. So like the ones that I see the most, my top 5 now, who are in the top 5, Judd Apatow, every hour a tweet about the president. Alyssa Milano, Deborah Messing. And then her, Patricia Arquette. And I'm just like, sorry. I can't do this anymore with you guys. So it's just fucking brutal all day long. You look at them and I'm like, I look at Alyssa Milano and I'm like, you have like 90 kids. Are you just on the phone all day?
Yeah.
It's strange. Who's the fucking time?
I've pondered about her before of just like, gosh, if you just calm down. I mean, we would love to be off the phone, and that's just for work.
Oh yeah, I don't. If I never had to use the phone again.
If I came up and you were like, the kid was playing there, and you were on the phone tweeting, some bullshit about the fucking president,
right?
I would be horrified.
You'd lose your mind.
I would lose my mind. We're already, you know what I mean? Like, we're already mentally somewhere else all the time.
Yeah. By the way, do you know that this new iPhone, I don't know if yours has it, has a screen time count that pops up at the end of the week?
Yeah.
It shows how much you were on the phone a day. Mine wasn't bad. I was surprised.
Really?
Yeah. My number was bad. It said an hour and 14 minutes out of the day, which I use it a lot for work. So that kind of
that's like 5 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that kind of made sense to me. Because I send a lot of emails, a lot of work emails and things like that. So, it wasn't terrible.
It's not horrible.
No. And I usually try to separate it because, we post on social media a lot for the shows and events and all that other stuff. But I try to knock them out all at once so that way I don't have to deal with it the rest of the day. And I was pleasantly surprised with that. I was just like, all right, cool. And for the week, I think it was 3 hours and 45 minutes for a week. And what I find is, because I really don't use my phone on the weekends, because our shows, both this show and Drinking Bros go Monday through Friday. So I was like, all right, cool. And the only apps I used on the weekends were like fantasy football.
Right.
That was it. So it wasn't bad. I was pleasantly surprised. I was like, all right, cool. Did you look at yours?
Yeah, mine's skewed because our kid uses it.
That's right.
So it's kind of like, I probably have well,
you only let him watch like YouTube Kids.
He just watches YouTube Kids, and it really is like so that I can get ready. Or everybody knows.
Yeah,
you do it when you need to.
Sure.
And no shame.
Yes, I was good with mine. That's
good.
Yeah. So I was pretty proud of it. I was like, all right, great, awesome. Way to go, Ross.
You should be really proud. It's not often that you're proud of yourself.
Well, James.
And that you tell the world what you've done.
My bravery deserves to be seen and heard by all. Mm-hmm. We got a big show. Let's get to the sponsors first, shall we?
We shall.
Because I heard you've got a crime corner today.
I do.
Crime
I have to make
corner.
up for the last one.
All right.
Where you decided you were going to do crime corner.
Sorry, dog.
People were not happy about it.
Sorry, dog. First and foremost, talking about BlackRifleCoffee.com, a little BRCC for that ass. Black Rifle Coffee is a premium roast to order coffee. They make it fresh in house, and then they bag it up, and then they ship it to you on the same date of every month. And they also give you a nice heads up in the email of like, hey, your order has gone out for delivery. And tracking info and all that. They just do it right across the board. Some of the finest coffee on the planet. They got some special Christmas bags. And they got a ton of blends there, man. Go to blackriflecoffee.com. I've also got some new teas out. I got a Black Rifle Coffee shirt on today. Hobby. I got a Bison Union hat, too. Big fan of Bison Union as well. Our best friends own that company as well. Go to blackriflecoffee.com. Use the one-time promo code REVOLUTION for 20% off. Use that on the Coffee Club of the Month program. You get special deals and emails and all that shit. And it's like, dude, some days you'll wake up and you'll get an email of like 40% off. And it's awesome. Those guys are the best at blackriflecoffee.com. Promo code REVOLUTION, 20% off. Next up, we've got ghostbed.com/drinking bros. Same as the sister show, no need for the new sites. However, there is a need for a new mattress in your household. It is a big ticket item. I understand that. But it's Christmas time. Probably you and your wife are looking for something together. Might want to go in on a mattress. It is one of the best decisions you will ever make. Huge fan of their mattresses. Right now they're offering $500 off a bundle package, $300 off a mattress, free pillows. There's also options where you get $200 off a mattress across the board. They've got adjustable bases with USB ports, flashlights. It is a one-stop shop. Once you buy it, you pop it open, and that's it. You're done with it. No assembly required. The mattress and the adjustable base are fucking amazing. Best quality mattress I've ever had in my life. And
well, I was wondering, since the deal was so good, can we get one and put it on top
of each other,
of our other one, and have kind of like a king and queen's bed where like when people come in, it's like we have to get a ladder up there. How comfortable would that be?
Amazing. Not a bad idea, Japes. You've had worse.
Right?
You've had worse. They're also giving away a free bundle package for Christmas, mattress, adjustable base, all that stuff. All you have to do, it's free. Just go to Ross Patterson Revolution on iTunes, vote, and rate the podcast a 5. Write a review. At the end of the year, they're going to pick the best review, and you're going to get a free bed. You're going to get a free bed. All you have to do, just rate the show. I-tunes, you're good to go.
If you write about how awesome I am, you're more likely to win.
Probably.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, it's the rumor. The other rumor is that Strikeforce Energy is on for all of 2019. Love the StrikeforceEnergy.com. Boy, I drink this shit all the time. Drinking at the tailgate. I'm surprised everybody has it now. Everybody's got this shit. 4 amazing flavors: lemon, orange, orange, and make America grape again. I did that orange for France because they're going through some problems right now. They're having some riots there.
Such a good idea for the riot, for the protest, though.
Yeah.
Dress up like police officers, basically.
Jeez.
Oh, my God. If you see the sea of the protest.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious.
I was like, they always just do it better out there, don't they? Cheese, wine, protests. Why didn't we fucking think of that shit? Amazing. I mean, everyone's just head on a swivel. Go ahead.
Well, if you're out there protesting, you need your energy. I would highly recommend you get some Strike Force. That'll juice you up. You can pour it in anything, any liquid available. We were pouring it in vodka. So we had Stateside Vodka was our sponsor, and then we were drinking fucking Strike Force with it all day. It really helps, man. If you're day drinking and partying all day, congratulations. Go to strikeforceenergy.com, 10-pack, 40-pack, 750 milliliter bottle. Rest on your bar top or countertop so you can just boom, boom, pop a couple squirts in and go. Go to strikeforceenergy.com. Use the promo code REVOLUTION for 20% off, and that's good every time.
How was that bourbon? That's Stateside.
Oh, that was the first time that was the first day that the bourbon was available.
Smooth or what?
Amazing. It was great. We were all passing it around. There's a law that I didn't know that a bourbon, like to be considered a bourbon and not like a whiskey or something like that, it has to be two years aged. So it was 2 years to the day, and then you're able to pop that. And man, Stateside is doing it great, man, up there. I got to hang out with the owner for a long, long time. Awesome guy. He used to live in Manhattan Beach.
Huh.
Yeah. Great guy. Yeah, great product.
I just love their whole vibe.
I did too.
Very bespoke.
Yeah, it's great.
Still don't know what that means.
No, you don't. Not even close.
It sounds right, though, doesn't it?
You'll never look it up. You'll never look it up.
No, I did look it up, and it means made to order. So when I say that...
It technically is made to order vodka.
Well, the Stateside isn't. But when I say that Black Rifle is bespoke, I was right, actually.
You were right. Now's the one everybody waits for. You don't have headphones on today, so I get to hear this in my headphones. StraightRazors.com.
Ooh, that's a clean cut. Smooth. Oh, you like it?
God bless it, James. It's too much.
Best part of my day is slowly chipping away at your eardrums.
Gosh, you're gonna let freedom ring. StraightRazors.com has got the best shaving products on the planet for dudes. They got the finest straight razors. You can get them engraved for Christmas. I would highly recommend getting their shaving kits as a nice little stocking stuffer. They got beard oils, mustache waxes, which I am using right now on this big guy. This keeps growing thick, doesn't it? Shampoos, conditioners, you name it, across the board. StraightRazors.com's got everything you need to be a real man in this life. But for real, this would be a great stocking stuffer, a gift for dad, your brother, or your uncle for the holidays. Kind of reminds you of like an old school Tombstone type kit. And their aftershave Smolder is my fucking jam. I ordered some, Luke, and I want it.
You know who would love it? Greg.
Yeah.
You guys, everyone has a Greg in their life, right?
Right.
Whether it's at the office or your kid's school.
Sure.
Get it for Greg.
Yeah.
Because he would really like it.
Greg would love it.
You're welcome, Greg.
Go to straightrazors.com. Buy it for a Greg. Use the promo code REVOLUTION for 20% off, and that's good every time as well. Last but not least, pick up Night She Cries while he rides his steed. When darkness falls, he doesn't catch it. For the sequel, for Darkness Falls, he doesn't catch it. Because the Audible is absolutely destroying, they want you to buy a hardback with it. So now's your time to get it for $10, which is great. Best stocking stuffers on the planet. They're both in paperback, or you can get the audiobooks. Man, everybody this weekend was stopping me about the audiobooks. Everybody was just like, dude, can you just make like 900 of these? And I'm like, we're trying. It is
buddy.
It is a tough job writing a book. It's hard, but yes, I'm working on it. There shall be another one.
What? Like it's hard?
Well, yeah, exactly. That's what Chrissy Teigen told me on fucking Twitter.
What?
Dead
like
serious.
It's hard? Oh.
Somebody was like, I had gotten into it about something, and Chrissy Teigen got involved, and I was talking about writing, and they were like, well, she's a best-selling author, #1 New York Times best-selling author. And I'm like, motherfucker, she didn't write that book. And then she wrote back and was just like, oh, it's so cute how you think writing is so hard. And I'm like, dead serious. That was her exact quote. And I was like,
yes.
I was like, bitch.
Yeah.
Do you want me to out you and tell the world who your ghostwriter is and how much you paid? Because I can do that if you want.
Her book is all pictures. It's a cookbook.
No, there's a whole section at the beginning. Because I breezed through it after that. I was like, is this just fucking recipes? There's a whole fucking fuckery before it. She didn't write that shit. Which is fine. I don't give a shit. But if you're a celebrity, just come out and say you didn't write the goddamn book. Somebody cares. Just put your fucking name on it. Like, it's just so lame. Like Snooki. Snooki is a #1 best-selling author. Yeah. No, you're not. You're not Snooki.
You're not. You're
with those fucking nails. You think she could type one thing on a computer?
She's a best-selling brand face.
That's it. Who the ghostwriter is, the best-selling author, not you. But yeah, this weekend was huge. There was a lot that went down this weekend.
It was.
Man, starting with Friday night with the Kevin Hart thing.
Yeah.
What a crock of shit that was.
What a crock of shit.
And that was late. It was like, I remember catching that story around midnight.
Yeah.
When I got back to the hotel, and I was like,
congratulations.
Is this real? Because he stepped down. They didn't fire him. Because he was over the bullshit.
Over the bullshit.
Yeah. And by the way, in case you have missed this story somehow, it is over homophobic Twitter jokes
from 8 years ago.
Whatever.
From 8 years ago.
One of them, the one that they complained with about the most, was he was joking about killing his kid if he was gay.
Breaking a dollhouse over his head.
Right. But it was in his stand-up act. This has been around for a long time. It wasn't like this was a stray tweet out there.
Oh, yeah.
This was a joke in his act forever.
You could go back and listen to it, watch it.
And the way he says it and delivers the lines, he is clearly kidding. It is clearly a joke. And the other, as far as the Twitter remarks to other people about you're gay or whatever, you're queer, whatever, blah, blah, blah. It was years ago. And he's apologized for it years and years ago. And his statement was basically like, man, I'm not going to let you make me keep apologizing for this shit year after year after year. Like, fuck off. I'm done with it.
Right.
And so he stepped down and said, good luck and God bless.
Well, first he left a very rational, hey guys, I've grown. I hope that everybody, when they get close to 40 has like grown and changed, you know what I mean? Yeah. Evolved. Yeah. And I'm, allow me to do that. If you don't understand that, I don't know what to tell you. It was like a very rational response. And that was like, whoa, don't you dare like send a rational response to this. You need to be on your knees. Like, so sorry. And so finally he was just like, somebody called him, publicists, all these people, whatever. Yeah. Somebody called and was just like, listen, you have to really apologize, and then you can do it or not. I don't care. But like, you have to actually send like a real apology. You don't have to, but this is what's going to happen. And it just doesn't feel like actual gay people that like, I don't think it's just
they don't care.
Trolls. Like,
they don't care.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
It's this small group of trolls that somehow have this power,
this thought
that
police.
Are speaking for the people that should be offended. Like the LGBTQ community.
I'm not even getting into the 90 letters you're using.
The community.
Yeah.
If they all spoke up, you know what I mean? It'd be a landslide of like, listen, it was a different time. We've all evolved. Let's let people evolve or else we'll just go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's not them.
Yeah. And here's the other part that I really want to bring up is living in LA all these years. Got a ton of gay friends. Most of my agents, managers, all that shit over the years were gay. They're awesome. And they don't give a fuck. Like, they're the most non-PC people on the planet.
Absolutely. And they
use the word fag more than anyone I've ever heard in my life. Yeah. And they just don't give a shit. They don't care. They tell some of the filthiest jokes on the planet. They're all rad. They throw the best fucking parties. Do you think they give a baker's fuck about what Kevin Hart said fucking 10 years ago? They don't give a shit. No one gives a shit. Except for, you're right, whatever bullshit mob or this, I'm going to get angry for a group that I'm not even a part of because I believe in fucking equality or whatever. And it's like, no, nobody cares. Everybody's fucking over it. Nobody gives a shit. It's like if somebody got on my Twitter and called me a fucking honky or whatever. I don't care. I don't fucking care. Say whatever you want. And to Kevin Hart's defense, I remember that stand-up routine that he did that joke in. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
It was hilarious, and it was lighthearted. There was nothing malicious about it. He wasn't saying it in a serious manner. So get fucked. He's a comedian. I'm tired of hearing it. And then immediately afterwards, Nick Cannon, who I hate, obviously. I've hated Nick Cannon for years. And
if you don't hate Nick Cannon, there's something wrong with you. With that fucking turban bullshit. He's insane, but go ahead.
But Nick Cannon brought up other comedians in the past who have said it. Chelsea Handler.
Yes.
Amy Schumer and Sarah Silverman, and dug up their tweets about, fags, and I'm going to kill, get ready to get fuck you fags and all this other shit. And it's like, why does Kevin Hart treated differently? Why is he treated differently than the rest of them? And like Sarah Silverman was the only one that issued an apology over the weekend of, I was a different person back then, and blah, 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 blah. And it's just
nice. That's the exact thing that he said.
Same thing that Kevin Hart said. And she was like, I get older and I hope jokes change and blah, 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 blah.
But it's not real people. It's a small group. So like even this baby, it's cold outside bullshit. What?
I've heard about this.
Is it weird to like say it seriously?
No, it is to me. And we'll talk about that after this.
So they went out like NBC, let's say like Today Show. They did like a whole piece on it, But
on Baby It's Cold Outside or Kevin Hart?
Baby It's Cold Outside.
Okay.
Kevin Hart, it just ended up being like a blip because he stepped down.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I think that was the best thing that he could do. And it's just sort of like, trolls win. Thanks a lot, guys. The fucking Oscars are going to be bullshit. But anyway.
Yeah.
So the Baby It's Cold Outside, the song is now like the Me Too brand, because it's a brand now. It's not a movement. It's the hashtag Me Too is now banning Baby It's Cold Outside, the Christmas song, on lots of radio stations because it's basically depicting sexual harassment. Now, they went to the streets. So you're kind of like, but I don't think that. Nobody I know thinks that. So who are the people that think it? So they went out to the streets and every single person was like, I mean, it was a different time. Like, I'm not really offended by it. And it was like ladies, like of all ages, guys, talk to everybody. They couldn't find one person that was like, yeah, you know what? Ban it.
Yeah.
It bothers me. Do you know what I mean? Saturday Night Live has spoofed it every year. They've from like the Christopher Walken character to like recently with Tina Fey. They spoofed the song because it's just like, remember, it was 1941 or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's like people are, and she sings it with him. Baby, it's cold outside.
Yeah. The whole thing
really rapey.
Yeah.
But it used to be a rapey time.
The whole thing is crazy. And if you're offended by that song, you can just not listen to the show, probably delete me from all social media accounts, and just get fucked. Because I don't want to hear that either.
But you can't find one person, real person,
no,
not troll or robot online that actually is offended by it.
Yeah.
And that actually doesn't understand that it was a different time.
So this was Friday night, and then you go to Saturday night with a Heisman Trophy winner.
Oh, yeah.
Heisman Trophy winner who I called, it was Kyler Murray. I don't think he deserved to win. However, he's like the Bo Jackson guy. Yeah. Okay. He was. He's very well spoken. He gave one of the best speeches ever. He seems like a gracious, unbelievable kid who anybody would be lucky if that was your child.
Absolutely.
And he was amazing. His speech was amazing. Good on him and congratulations. He got to enjoy that moment of winning the Heisman, working his ass off, sitting behind Baker Mayfield, staying at a university, signing with the Oakland A's before the season starts for $5 million, risking injury the entire year. And then he gets to enjoy winning the Heisman for 1 full hour before they dig up some tweets. He had said the word queer on Twitter when he was 14 years old.
We all did.
And he had to issue an apology that night.
God.
I
have to be done.
Same.
The whole thing is like, are we even going to be able to have a show?
No.
Because I can't talk about that shit anymore.
So
I can't.
Some friends of mine brought it up last night. I'm on a huge group thread with everybody from Ohio State, all my best friends that I went to school with. And they were like, hey, man, after that Heisman thing, they were like, have you ever used the word gay or fag or anything and anything like that in any of your shows? And I was like, well, drinking bros, my buddies use it all the time, but it's like a loving thing in the military because a lot of things you do is homoerotic in the military. And like,
you guys curbed it though. Do you know what I mean? Like you did in the beginning. And like, I think that you as normal people start to see things change and then you don't. I don't know when the last time you said
me,
you guys on that show, like, I don't think I've heard it.
No, my friends have used it 1,000 times, but
not on the air, not on the drinking bros.
On the air
recently.
Yeah, but here's the thing: it has a different meaning for guys in the military. Like when Matt's book comes out, which will be in May or July, it will help explain things better. Where you're like, it's in a loving way of like, hey, man, that's the way they talk to each other. It's all dudes. You're all stuck together. And like, they don't give a shit. And Matt's happy. He's very open about it when he talks about it. Here's why I use the term whatever. But yes, it has been said on Drinking Bros. People could come down on that for sure later on in the future. But you have to, like me, I'm in the Kevin Hart department of like, I don't care. It's never been used maliciously. You're not talking about killing people or setting any culture back or any of that shit. So
he's talking about his own kid, by the way.
Yeah.
And I think that everyone can relate to this. Like, you don't wish for them to be gay. I'm really sorry, but you just don't. And if they are, fine. But you in the beginning, you do everything you can to be like, I don't want that life for you. And that's basically what his whole thing was. Everything was about his kids in reference to, he's not talking about other people, like, they should fucking die and like hate gay people and all that shit. He's saying for his children, it would be a harder life.
And what you're making
a joke.
What you're saying is, as a parent, when you say you don't wish your child to be gay, you don't wish for them because to have that life is exactly because it's exactly. And it's very confusing and there's a lot of feelings.
But
all of that stuff
easier.
And then bullying and everything else.
Totally.
And yes, it's getting easier.
It's
getting
easier.
Shit.
And if you're, we're in a time where it's kind of like not the end of the world and you realize that there's not much you can do about it. You don't turn your kids gay. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it is what it is.
Yeah.
And it is getting easier. But 8 years ago, people were like, please, just like, I just wish for them not to be, right?
Right.
And that's all he was saying. He wasn't saying he hates the community or hates other people or like doesn't have gay friends or anything.
Yeah. But look, this is going to keep happening over and over and over again. The crazy part about it is they almost wait, this mob mentality, this fucking trolldom. This little kingdom of trolls.
Yeah. They're like,
waits
ew.
until like, hey, what's the biggest moment in your career? Okay, an hour later, I'm going to deep dive into...
I'm not going to bring it out before.
Everything you've ever said on Twitter and find it and blah, blah, blah. And that's the thing about social media is, you have Facebook, fucking WhatsApp, Twitter, all these things. You could go through it. Like, you could look through comments people said or left on somebody else's page or whatever. Like, good luck.
Remember The Bachelor?
Everybody. Oh, yeah.
Got roasted for liking. Literally pressing
like on a Trump post, on a Donald Trump post.
And he had to apologize
to
his soon-to-be ex-fiance, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You can't live your life like that.
No, you can't live your life like that. But that was back-to-back nights of that shit where I was just like, man, for the Oscars, they were lucky to have Kevin Hart host. That is a job.
Awesome.
Look, everybody was talking about this in Hollywood behind the scenes. It's a job that no one wanted. No one wanted except for Kevin Hart. It was a dream of his since he was a kid. He always wanted to do it. When they asked him to do it, it was the perfect fit. And look, the Oscars ratings have gone down into the toilets year after year after year. This is one guy who could have pulled you out of that.
Yep.
And now, fuck you.
Who's it going to be, The Rock?
I don't know. And that's a great question. There was a lot of people, throwing out who they think might do it.
Is it a white person?
That's the thing.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah. Because now they're going to go, you're going to get a white person? Maybe Tiffany Haddish should do it.
Who's the lady that had the racist tweets that's still allowed to work?
Joy Reid, yes. Yeah, she had super homophobic.
Yeah, but
hers were like, dude, you shouldn't be
alive.
Homosexual, like God hates homosexuals, like that type of shit where you're just like, Jesus Christ, lady.
But somebody hacked her.
She's still...
And put those tweets in, right?
Yeah.
Years late, they went back, which is possible.
Yeah.
I'm dying. No. I'm dying. Baby, it's cold outside.
Oh, baby, it's cold outside.
Baby, it's cold outside.
And Joy still has a job. Because if you're liberal, you can say all that shit and still have a job. Like,
well, there's also the ranking. So black woman above black man.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
you're going to get a pass.
Yeah, you're going to get a pass.
Black liberal woman, you're going to get a pass.
You can do whatever you want.
Even though they did a full investigation and found out she was never hacked and had written all that weird shit on her own.
That's impossible to do. But
yeah. Had written that shit on her own. Still has a job every day.
Sure.
I will say this though. She's kind of just disappeared. She used to trend all the time when her show was on and all that other stuff. Like, she's kind of just disappeared now, where it's just like, good. See you later.
Yeah.
We're all done with that.
It all comes out in the wash.
Yeah. Do you want to give a shout out to your boy, Momoa?
My boy.
Your boy.
He is too much. Him and Yellow
Ladies love him. Ladies love Momoa.
It's too much. The turquoise necklace. Although I love looking at him, it'd be really hard to hang out with him. But
sure, he hosted Saturday Night Live.
Yes, how did that go?
On Saturday? He was good.
He's funny.
I was surprised.
He's cute.
I was surprised. I guess his whole dream was to be on SNL. And so he was amped about doing it and all that shit. Again, they led with a political sketch where you're just like, man. I went, since I hadn't been able to watch Saturday Night Live in a while. Yeah. So I went on Twitter at the same time to see what people were saying about it. So they got Robert De Niro to come in to play Mueller. And De Niro, by the way... I mean, I've talked about this on one show. Not sure if it was here or on the other one. So I'll tell you his whole deal. He's old. Doesn't memorize lines. Yeah. Doesn't do that anymore. He's been using cue cards for years and all that other shit, right?
He's crossed over.
Yeah, and he's just kind of a dick. Anyways, when he goes on SNL now, like, he doesn't rehearse either. So he's trying to read off these cue cards, obviously every time, and he's about like 2 seconds behind. So like none of it landed, and it was just a weird sketch where you're just like, so I went on Twitter to see like, hey, what the feedback was for this sketch. If everybody was just fucking over it like I was, and they were. Somebody brought up a really good point though. They were like, dude, why, if you're going to do all these crazy political figures, why has nobody done Ocasio-Cortez? Like, that chick is crazy. That would be the best character ever.
Who would play her, that one girl?
Yeah, that's Villarreal girl, or Vanessa Villarreal. I mean, they have the perfect girl to play her.
Oh, yeah.
She looks like her. She's Latina. I mean, she could do the whole off the charts.
Just like Crazy Eyes.
They haven't spoofed her once. That is one of the most spoofable characters there is.
Yeah, but
besides Trump and everybody else, like that Ocasio-Cortez chick. And she knows nothing about anything in this world either. Like, she's one of the dumbest human beings on the planet.
Yeah.
That would be a great character to spoof. They're not going to touch it. Not going to touch it.
It's too easy, but they wouldn't touch it because
Trump is too easy.
Right.
Both are easy targets.
Right.
That's a layup comedically. I wouldn't recommend doing it every goddamn week, but just seeing it, like, boy, they could really have fun with that. Not even close, bud. Not even close. They're not going to touch that. And I was like, really? All right. Fuck off. Because that's an ezy one.
Yeah.
That's an easy one. But Momoa shined. He was good. He was funny.
It.
He did this elf sketch that was really, really funny about this 13-year-old boy who he did not want to deliver gifts to. And
I love it.
He was good. He didn't have the best material to work with, and like it was one of those shows where I've watched Saturday Night Live my entire life. You can tell when the writers don't want to write for that person, like they don't want to put them in too many sketches. So I think they could have gave him more because he was pretty decent, and
they realized too late that he was good,
and he was great. Mumford & Sons was the musical guest.
I mean,
with their new album,
that combo.
Yeah, right. The panty dropping episode.
Woo!
And I get to hear the two new Mumford & Sons songs.
What you reckon?
They were fucking phenomenal. That second Mumford & Sons song they played last night is going to be like a huge smash hit. Like mega.
Got it. And
they just do it.
Oof.
I think this will be their third album. The first two were as good as it gets, perfection wise. Man. And I'm a big fan. Also, the Grammy nominations came out over the weekend. I mean, it was banger after banger after banger.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What?
People were shocked. Well, I guess the media was shocked. I was not. Where I was just like,
of what?
Who was nominated and why?
Okay.
They were like, Jay-Z and Beyonce's album was snubbed. They only got one.
To me,
it wasn't good. They had one song that I liked. I liked the video when they were at the Louvre, and I enjoyed that song. The rest of the album was just fucking boring to me.
Yeah.
I didn't think they fucked up in that way. Mac Miller got nominated for his album, which sucks because he's dead.
Yeah.
But it is a great album. That was one of my faves. Some of the weirder ones were Black Panther. The soundtrack for Black Panther got nominated for Album of the Year, which is strange.
Was it? I don't know. You saw it. Was it good? I don't know.
Yes, the soundtrack was good. It wasn't good enough for Album of the Year, though. I mean, there's only been two other movies that have been nominated for Album of the Year. One was Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, which deserved it to me. I mean, that was fucking banger after banger on there.
I don't know about banger, but it was really good.
Hit after hit, I was just like, shit.
I'm a man.
Constance Arrow. I mean, amazing.
Banger.
A banger, dude. Drop it. Drop it in the club. But that was great. It was good. It not worthy of
I don't think the movie is worthy of Best Picture either, but hey,
album
do what you gotta do.
Of the year. But dude, my boy Posty was in there. Post Malone.
Of course.
Look, because I think for the most part, a lot usually the Grammys is way the fuck out in left field. But I think for the most part, this Grammys, they're getting closer to getting it right.
Okay.
I thought Post Malone deserved it.
Swifty's not in it.
I didn't think she deserved it.
She didn't, but I mean, is this the first year since she?
It is. She's got like one nomination, I think. But I like Taylor Swift. She drops hit after hit after hit. I have no problem with Taylor Swift. Besides her fake personality, but
sure.
as far as a musician, she works her ass off and she drops hits, and it is hard to do. I just didn't think that album was kind of a miss.
Yeah.
Start getting into politics and all that other bullshit, and like I think that took away from that and everything else. And I thought it got what it deserved, to be honest with you. The one I had a problem with was the new artist or best new artist was Greta Van Fleet was in there. That band that sounds identical to
Led Zeppelin.
Jeez, that was a little much to me. But yeah, for the rest of it, the spoken word one didn't get nominated. Super pissed off about that.
The spoken word, what?
They do best audiobook. The Grammys do best audiobook.
Okay.
Yeah.
We didn't get it.
We didn't get it for When Darkness Falls. It doesn't catch
they
it.
They clearly don't go by
Tiffany Haddish did. She's nominated, and it was just like, hey, do you want to go ahead and take a peek, sees it the Audible charts and see who has the highest rated Audible book on the planet?
Obviously.
It's me. It's fucking me.
It's fucking me.
So no, I was not nominated, and I was angry about this. Angry about that.
Dang.
But look, you had your usual people of Kendrick Lamar, Drake was on there. Look, Cardi B was on there a lot. She found out about it after she was going to court, which was nice.
Mm-hmm.
Found out
and
on the way out of going to court.
Stuck her tongue out in response.
Yeah.
Love her.
And then
Class all the way.
And then Pusha T was on there, which I thought was much deserved. So, we've talked about this throughout the year because I'm a gigantic music fan, obviously. But to me, you got to go. Probably got to go Pusha T. Mm-hmm. However, Post Malone's Beer Bongs and Bentley was my favorite album of the year as far as like party hits and all that other shit. Like, if you gunned ahead, I'd probably go Posty because there was like 18 tracks on that, whereas Pusha T only had 7. Mm-hmm. So he just put out a better, full, longer album, but that's about it. But all of them got nominated. So, Childish Gambino, This Is America, thought that deserved it. God's Plan. Yeah. God's Plan. Obviously, Rockstar with Posty and 21 Savage. So most of these I'm fine with. I didn't have any real, there wasn't, usually there's like like somebody weird that slips in there like Herbie Hancock.
Right.
Does the greatest jazz hits. And you're like,
from Quincy's 85.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And you're like, wait, what? Why did that have 19 nominations and is in every category?
Yeah.
For the most part, that wasn't in there. The chick category was big though. Camila Cabello. Mm-hmm. Caballero.
Oh,
she's in there. Yeah, but she's good.
We know. I'm just saying she's a snake.
I know. Kelly Clarkson, Ariana Grande, that Shawn Mendes kid, Pink. Like, I get it. Those were all massive hits this year.
What was Pink's?
I have no problem with that.
Sing me a bar.
Fuck. You know what it was? It was a big song. It's a big song this year. She always has
one. She just comes out for
massive. Yeah. I wish you had Googled to look it up what the name of that song was.
I'm going to have to look into getting it on this computer. How do you get Google? Do you pay for it or
do they take it out of your account every month? Kanye was only nominated for one, but it wasn't Producer of the Year, which I thought was fair. Like that guy. Not only should he win, by the way, for multiple reasons, but he produced how many albums that came out this year? 7?
Yeah.
8? And most of them were great. Like, I don't know how you beat that guy. Jesus Christ. And if you're in this category and this happens to you, I think this year you should just go over and hand it to him and say, hey, man, I don't care how crazy you went in a cabin up in Wyoming. We're going to give this to you because you put out 53 albums this year and most of them were fucking great. Like that, just give him that already. Did you find that song?
No,
not even close.
Is it What About Us?
Yeah, that's it.
So it's from 2017.
Yes.
The song?
I would believe because there's a cutoff date. Because if it comes out after the certain time, are you going to make me cross-reference this?
Wild Hearts?
If so, we're gonna
fire me.
God, it's just just.
Am I fired? Am I? What is it?
It's all you have to do is just Google Pink 2018, and that's it.
Pink 2018. Okay, let's see if you're right.
I mean,
what is? Whatever you want.
You just can't put it together.
Beautiful Trauma?
Yeah.
Wait, what? What's the song? Do you know?
I'm going to look.
It's hard to find, right?
You're forcing me to look, and I'm going to now. So
this is a fun segment.
Casey Musgraves is on there.
Yeah, we know that.
She got nominated for a bunch of stuff, by the way. She's fantastic. For the most part, they got it right this year.
Yeah. This is a fun segment in the show.
I wish, God damn it, I wish we had a...
Look at the internet because neither one of us is good at it.
Well,
Did you find it?
I have to talk, and
so do I. I don't have to talk.
You don't, because I could keep going. So why don't you look up Pink's hit song for me while we're doing this? Cardi B's though, man, if she wins a fucking Grammy, I will be blown away. We talked about her on the last show, the stripper getting off the pole, trying to make good out of her life and all that shit.
It's Wild Hearts Can't Be Broken, but I don't know that song. I don't know any bars of it.
Really?
No.
Play it at the end of the show then.
No, I'm playing Baby It's Cold Outside. Sorry. Sorry, I'll play you guys find the Pink song Wild Hearts Can't Be Broken. You listen to it. Love it. Baby, it's cold outside, because you won't hear it anywhere else but here.
Yeah. But I want to finish my thought. If Cardi B wins a Grammy, will she be the first stripper ever to win a Grammy? And will that be the thing now? Will that be the thing now? I was at a bodega, if you will, in Philadelphia this weekend, and there was two girls who were talking about what their lives were going to be, and they were like 16 years old.
Okay.
15 and 16. They looked about it. Appeared to be Puerto Rican, somewhere in there.
Okay.
Somewhere in that neighborhood, and they were like, "Bish, I'm going to be the next Cardi B," and I was like, "Oh man, this is what's happening now in like
role
today's
model
culture." Yeah.
That's
dead serious.
A role model.
Dead serious. And they were completely serious about it. And they told the cashier, they were like, "You're lucky I'm here. I'm going to be the next Cardi B." And then when they walked out, I looked at the cashier and I was like, they know Cardi B was a stripper, right? Is that, or were they strippers? And I was like, they're too young to be strippers, right? Like that's.
You're never too young to be a stripper. You can always find a job somewhere. Believe me.
And the cashier was just like, yo, he literally looks at me and he goes, "Yo, I deal with this all day, bro." And I was like, I can imagine. There's nothing like kids getting off the bus or whatever it is and just going to, convenience store, grabbing some candy, like every other kid does. And then telling the cashier that they're going to be the next Cardi B.
Again, Taylor Swift out, Cardi B in.
Yeah. Crazy times.
Eesh.
We got a crime corner, James.
Crime corner.
It's gonna bring us back to earth.
Yes. Store owner tells robbers to come back later, and they did.
Okay.
Okay, so
where is this?
As you know, it's in England, actually.
Oh, okay.
Interesting enough. But as you know, I like to picturing the scene makes me laugh, like from beginning to end, more than necessarily the headline. But basically, so these guys are either the world's dumbest, greediest, or like most optimistic. We're not really sure, but so for 15 minutes on Saturday, for a Belgian e-cigarette shop owner, identified simply as Dieter.
Yeah.
Because he's Belgian, right?
Yeah.
Dieter.
Dieter.
I'm Dieter.
It's
Dieter. Okay. When a half dozen wannabe armed robbers showed up mid-afternoon at his store in England, he told them very clearly 3 p.m. is not the best time to hold up a store because there's not going to be a lot of money. So if you guys just want to come back later, that would be great. Let me finish out my day. So they did. They left. And he continued on, told the cops. The cops were like, they're not coming back. Like, thanks a lot. But he's like, I think they're going to. So they showed back up at 5:30, and Dieter shook his head and said it's too early. Okay. And he berated them, saying you need to buy a watch. And so they hung their heads and left again. And then so they came back again an hour later when the store was closing.
Yeah.
And there was plainclothes cops there to arrest them.
Weird.
But my gosh. Just they're walking up, right? Ski masks, everything.
Again, what country was this? Belgium, you said?
Something like that.
Okay.
Not the U.S.
Yeah.
But anyway, somewhere that's not the U.S.
Yeah.
But the BBC reported it, so it's whatever.
Yeah.
But the idea of
I appreciate somebody who follows the rules.
Right, but just the thing of like going up and the store owner, like the second time when they came up, the store owner just being like, nope, not yet. Like that's
not time yet. Yeah, there's not enough money in the drawer. Dude. Yeah.
Like, hey guys, like teaching them, like, hey guys, 3 p.m. is not the best time.
Look, even during a robbery, there's still a teachable moment in there. So let that be a lesson to you.
Crime Corner.
Crime Corner. Coming back 3 times. I'm impressed. Where's this Pink song here? Yeah, you hear that singing out?
So I could just picture her.
It's just her in a black and white video, by the way.
Oh, she's not doing the thing where she does the aerial shit again for the 4th year in a row?
Yeah.
We get it. You can do aerial shit.
I will say this. Pink is great.
Oh, she is great.
She's super talented. Like, she's got a great voice, and like, she's probably one of the most underrated artists. Because when you think about great female artists,
Pink doesn't come to mind until it's like you hear the song, and then you're like, holy shit, I forgot about you.
I know, it's crazy, right?
But she kind of wants that. She's like, she's losing all femininity, though. She's a really, really aggressive person.
And if you look at this video here, this Wild Hearts Can't Be Broken.
Yeah.
It's her, no bra, tank top, white tank top, jeans.
All right.
Just saying, fuck it. We're all done here.
Okay. That's what I mean. Interviews, stuff like that. It's a very aggressive, manly figure. Yeah. With like a tuft of pink.
She's married to who's it? Corey Hart?
Carrie Hart. Carrie Hart, sorry.
Carrie? Yeah.
Yeah, but he's married to her. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not the other way around.
But he's a little biker dude out doing shit, like, Mm-hmm. She reminds me of one of the boys, just roughing it up.
What, her?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she is a scary, scary man. Pink. But definitely, she's one of those where it's just like the bow. Like,
yep.
I'm a lady.
Yeah, you got to put a bow in.
Or you got to put a little tuft of pink in that high and tight haircut that you've always had.
Yeah.
And great makeup. But everything else is just...
I'm a little...
Yep.
What time are we riding out to Sturgis?
Yep. It's very I don't know.
Certain people are into that.
Gal.
Yeah,
she's an aggressive gal. We don't know if Carrie Hart's into it. He has no fucking choice.
No, he doesn't.
She will squeeze him to death with her thighs if he tries to leave.
Yeah. And then she'll climb to the top of a building with one scarf.
Yes, with one scarf
with
and
one
another
CVS receipt.
And another gentleman. And do some kind of high-flying aerial thing.
Yeah.
And we'll all be fucking super impressed.
We'll all be dazzled. Look, James.
What? Like it's hard.
I'm gonna take you to Cirque du Soleil, I think, for your birthday this year. So
thanks.
We'll get circed together.
Thanks.
Let's get circed.
Humanity.
Yeah. Nothing I love than 2 guys just grunting it out on top of each other. Let's get out of here, Jabes. Baby, it's cold outside. Why don't we get out of here with Baby, It's Cold Outside? For Jessie Wiseman, a.k.a. the Jables, I am Ross Patterson. This is The Revolution. Half the country's in snow, 35 states. Baby, it's cold outside.